Hey y'all, it's Joe here, and here I am to talk about the top 5 fighters who have fallen down the tier list in the entire time the game has been out. Now, of course, I'm using my own info from Reddit and other sources, so if it doesn't match yours, then I'm sorry, and of course, this is my own personal opinion and from what I've personally seen in the past, but I hope you'll still enjoy the video anyways. With all that said though, let's get this going. Now, I know for Duck Hunt, there was actually a lot of hype surrounding this thing. The duo seemed to have a lot of range, a lot of power, some really nice projectiles, and even more. Unfortunately, that hype didn't really last long at all. Duck Hunt was played for a very short while, but then it just kinda disappeared. The thing ended up being a little below middle tier and is playable, but really not that great. Overall, it's just kinda average and a lot less than what people were expecting. Everyone remembers pre-patch Diddy Kong. This thing wasn't merely top tier, it felt like god tier. I mean, Diddy was just so stinking strong. He won everywhere over and over again. He's just so good. He dominated the meta with his hoo-ha and his general solid gameplay. But then, of course, finally he got his nerf and he went from the OP please nerf tier to a pretty balanced tier person. Now, I do consider this a pretty big drop though. Even though he is still placed at a pretty high tier, it's nowhere near his previous throne, and that's why, of course, I placed him on this list. Next, we have Bowser. Now, many of you may not remember this guy being that good. It was a very long time ago, but in the start, many considered Bowser to be one of the best. I mean, it did make sense. He was strong, heavy, and very easy to use on the 3DS and that controller when it was really hard to play almost any character. Unfortunately for him, though, the meta really outpaced this guy. I mean, he was never on the top, but he did just fall down a ton, almost all the way to the bottom. He has, of course, recently gotten that nice up-throw buff, which makes him a little bit better, but overall, he fell a lot, even though he was really never made that much worse. At release, Jig seemed to be a pretty okay character, and people kept this mindset up for a while. She was decently high placed for a very long time, but then out of the blue, she just kind of rocketed down. Now, I can't say for certain why, but I believe that people just kind of figured out all of her weaknesses and didn't give her the benefit of the doubt anymore. And it's really kind of hard to play Jigglypuff versus better players, and as people got better, she kind of got worse. Anyways, I saw her go from high B to the very bottom of the list now. This is a very sad change for Puff, but with no buffs and so many weaknesses, it's not really hard to see why she's fallen all the way to the bottom. Surprise! Now, I'm betting you did not guess that Little Mac was going to be here, or maybe you were a genius and you guessed, but either way, yes, I did put Little Mac as the #1 spot, and this is pretty obvious to me. Now, Little Mac was that the game just came out, this character is OP character. Now, of course, if we could see what we see right now, and we had the skills from now, he probably would have always been placed pretty low tier, but with the hype of the new game and everyone not being that good, Little Mac kind of stomped the competition. He took many tournaments for a short time after the game's release, and was the star for a few short seconds, the very top of the tier for a few short seconds, even when the tier list wasn't that updated. Now, of course, eventually people figured out that he wasn't that great, and he started to drop fast, and with the nerf to his side B, he fell even further. It was so long ago that this all went down, the early 3DS days, but yeah, I'll say that the Mac attack probably fell down the most in the tier list. Thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Now, of course, there have been a lot of others that have also dropped down the list, but this is just what I'm thinking right now. Also, I did not mention Sheik on purpose because I haven't a clue where she's going, so there's that. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Comment down below what you think of the list and what you personally feel I should have been on the list, and of course, it's my own opinion, so please do keep that in mind. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you all next time.